Alright, what's going on today? Finna be using some Befana from Strike Gold Shave. This was a collaboration with Chicano Design, Strike Gold Shave, and the Sarasota Wet Shaver Mikey Moneybags from Instagram. They also collaborated with Heritage Collection Grooming for the matching brushes, and Peacemaker's Pomade for matching pomade. So this was a pretty damn popular release. I know they made batch after batch after batch, and it still might be available now. They just keep doing pre-orders. It fills up, they make another one. So it's been pretty popular. So this is based off a pretty popular, pretty expensive men's cologne from Xerjoff. Xerjoff Naxos. Yeah, it's fantastic. I don't know the scent notes on this one, but I could tell you if you have an idea of what Xerjoff Naxos is. It's really beautiful. Yeah, you might want to check out the scent notes for yourself. I didn't prepare them, but it is a great scent. And I'm sure I'm pretty late to the party. I've had this for a while, but I loaned it out almost as soon as I got it, so that my friends could try it. Anyhow, got some pressed into my Lancaster bowl here. I'm going to be using my Sawdust Creation Studios brush. It's a Boar brush. It's got a Paragon 25 millimeter bore in it that I put in. Or wait, no. I had Bobby put it in. I forgot. I sent it to him. But there's Sawdust Creation Studios. That's that darn Rob's dad, and he makes some awesome handles himself. This one's kind of like a plum color with some crimson in it. It's got some nice swirl going on. Very nice. So I'll be using that. And then I'll be using for the first time this GEM Featherweight set. I got a new old stock. So everything was in really good condition. It's basically new, other than it's really old. Now I didn't look up exactly when the Featherweight was made, but it's got to be close to somewhere between 60 to 80, I would assume. I could be wrong, though. I'm sure someone will correct me. But look at this thing. Very nice. It's got this nice grip on the handle here. I'm not sure if this is just plastic or if it's like Bakelite or something. It's got the little G there for GEM. And I got the version that actually has the little metal accent on the bottom. A lot of them, the majority don't. I think these are some sort of special edition, but like I said, I'm not positive. There's the back of it. There's the underside. But yeah, just a very attractive razor. So I'll be using that for the first time today. So I'll go ahead and lather up as I go on here. I got the idea. I've known about the featherweights. They weren't like super high on my list. There's a couple other gems that I wanted to get first. I got my 1912. I got the G bar, which I think is one of the most attractive gems out there. Yeah, and I want to get a contour and a push button. And I wanted to get a featherweight, and it just so happens I came across this featherweight, got it for under 20 bucks on eBay. So always good finds to be had on eBay. Really cheap. Like I said, this is new old stock. It's new, flawless. The blades are literally still in plastic. It had the instructions. It had the little paper placeholder for under the cap where the blade sits. I mean, it is the whole the complete works as far as I'm concerned. Add some more water here. But yeah, so what really turned me on and kind of sped up my search was JB from Distorted Edge on YouTube and Instagram. He's a Canadian wet shaver, and he's pretty damn knowledgeable. He's blunt, but I like that. And one of his favorite little razors is his GEM Featherweight. And so I was like, all right, I kind of brought it up a couple notches. I already got the 1912 and the G-Bar, which is the two that I was actually concerned with. Those are the two that I thought were really attractive, and I wanted them first. And I got those out of the way. And it was kind of like between the GEM Contour, the GEM Push Button, and the Featherweight. Whichever one I found a good example of that I wanted the most, that's what I would get. Yeah, I may have overloaded this. I got a lot of soap, and it still seems a hair drier than I'm used to. So we'll just keep adding water. This is it's looking really good. It's looking nice, and definitely has some cushion to it. Looks pretty protective here. Does have a little bit of gloss coming on, but we'll put it to the face and probably add a little bit more water. Get some water on the neck and cheeks. And like I said, we'll feel, once it gets on the face, we'll get that last inspection. And if we need to add a hair more, we will. Yeah, so JB's love for the Featherweight is kind of what catapulted it to the top of my list. It was already on my list, but it put it to the top. I wanted to get one for myself and try it out. So I'm pretty excited. He described it as a mild shaver. Comfortable and mild. And I have no problem with that. I'm not one of those guys that has something to prove by cranking my adjustable to 20 or using a fresh feather every single shave or this, that, and the other thing. I have nothing to prove. I'm going to use what works for me. I suggest you do what works for you and not try to impress anybody. Because if you chop your face up, you're going to feel like a fool for trying to impress people that probably didn't care to begin with. This is a small bore knot, and I do seem to get to the point with this particular brush a lot, or it's like I've spent all the leather that it could hold. I don't know what that's about, but luckily I'm a bull leather and I could just grab more just like that. Alright, so I have a GEM Personna stainless blade in there. You could pick them up like at Walgreens or something. CVS maybe. We don't have a CVS right here. We have Walgreens, so that's probably where I got it. But this fresh blade, first time using this razor. Get a little skin stretching in. We'll get started. So far, so good. Now, if you're unfamiliar with gems, yes, I should point this out. They say ride the cap. the cap has that kind of flat surface. They say ride the cap, and they mean put it up against your skin, flush, and shave like that. So if you're used to DEs, where you kind of maintain like a 30-degree angle, this is going to be steeper. But if you just follow that little tip, ride the cap, you should be just fine. Now, I mean, it doesn't have to be flush and touching. That'll probably create a lot of drag. If your lather's not, you know, super well hydrated. But you could keep it just a fraction of a degree up off your skin. You'll still be just fine. And your skin will let you know. If you're doing something wrong, your skin will let you know. Wow. Now the soap here, as you can see, it does maintain a pretty nice cushion. I wouldn't say it's as pillowy as the soaps of old, but maybe somewhere in the middle. It's not as low structure as a lot of the new bases, but it has plenty of slickness. As you can see, no soap anymore. Just going right over my Adam's apple and whatnot. So it definitely has plenty of slickness. Plenty of cushion. Like I said, this is what I would consider probably a medium structure lather. And the scent strength is probably a 6 for me. Maybe 6 to 7. It's there. And I think the scent is complex enough that it's not fading away and coming back. It's just kind of sticking around for me. It's kind of hard for me to describe it. Not knowing any scent notes. I'm not the nose, you know. I'll read the scent notes, try to discern them for myself, and then say what I pick out the most. So without the scent notes, I don't want to sound like a fool, but I think it's sweet. Slightly warm. I don't know if I would reach for this in the dead of summer, but it almost has like a fruity quality or something to it. It's almost like if you had like a tobacco or something that was kind of warm, had a fruity character to it. Yeah, I think any cold weather, or pretty much any weather other than like blazing hot, will be fine. Definitely good for dates, I'm sure of it. All right, I'll rinse off. We'll get some more lather on and go for pass 2. This gem right there on the with the grain pass was pretty damn smooth. I mean, it's not like it's my first use of a gem razor ever. I am familiar. Woo-hoo-hoo. My Lancaster bowl almost went for a swim in my sink there. Yeah, I am familiar with gem style razors. I have them in my regular rotation, so it's not like starting from 100% scratch. I know how to use a GEM razor. I have a pretty respectable technique with GEM razor. But I will say, it is pretty smooth right there on that first pass, first impression. That was quite smooth. See if I can get some of that out, spread it around. I don't really need to work it in on the second pass. Sometimes I do. But this feels nice. Like it feels, I can see it on my end that it's shiny. I don't know if it's coming through on your end. Sometimes my bathroom lights are a little bit dull, but I could see that it has a nice shine. So pass 2 against the grain. Normally with gem blades, I find the first use to be slightly harsh sometimes of a fresh gem blade. I don't know if this is just because it's mild, but I'm not getting that harshness on this, which I'm grateful for. Kind of lock in that angle, find that angle, lock it in. I usually make a little short stutter stroke and then I'll finish it off with a long one that's more deliberate. I don't know why, but that's just what came natural to me. That's what works for me. So why change it? I don't look at the camera too much in these videos. Probably because I'm always looking at the mirror. But that's definitely smooth. I can see why JB appreciates this razor so much. Especially if you enjoy the GEM format. I could definitely say this is worthy of having in your den, especially when you could get it for under $20 shipped. You know what I mean? And it's not like there was a shortage of options. I was just looking for one that was in great condition. That might not be as important to others, you know. I was looking for one that was in great condition or good condition or in a condition that I felt like I could clean up with my limited knowledge of, you know, restoration. And I stumbled upon a new old stock, so I got lucky in this case. Doesn't always work out like that, but got lucky this time. All right, let's take a look. I feel like I'm close, but not BBS. And that might just be because it's mild efficiency. But damn, that was smooth. Like I said, I know the GEM format, so I was pretty familiar with the technique I needed. Let's see here. Just residual here. See if I can get a couple different angles incorporated. I was trying to twist towards the camera so you guys could see. It looks like I got a weeper or something. I just wiped it off, but kind of hard to see now, but there was a little blood. There was just a little dollop. But super smooth. Didn't even notice it. So I'm going to go ahead and dry off. I'm definitely happy with where I'm at. The soap performed great. My little Boar. I really do like that Boar brush. It's the only Boar brush I have. I have interest in the Heritage Collection shaving. They came out with a supposed gel tip Boar knot. And I know people are starting to receive them and starting to review them, so I'm real interested in that first wave of reviews. I respect the opinions of the guys who do videos and bring products more spotlight. But I don't take their opinions as the end-all be-all. Just because sometimes it's just impossible to know if they're protecting friendships or, you know, getting free stuff for positive reviews. Which I don't like to think that about anybody, but what I do is I take their opinions, add it to user reviews that, you know, aren't on camera or aren't getting sent stuff. Really, the reviews where you put your own hard-earned money into it are the reviews that mean most to me. They carry the most weight with me. The guys on camera, I respect their opinion because a lot of times they've ran through a lot of gear and they know, you know, what's good and what's bad. But it's just impossible to know sometimes if they're being swayed. Alright, so this is the matching splash here. The labeling on this is badass, and you could pretty much expect that from Chicano Design. He's been doing a lot of stuff for the shave community and abroad. Pretty good. Pretty cool designs every single time. Got a couple of drops in here. Really starting to fill up the bathroom with some good stank. As far as the splash goes, the scent smells awesome. But one thing that I have heard complaints about is that it's a little bit drying. It's not the most, it's not the greatest in the post-shave department. It has alum, fragrance, denatured alcohol, water, witch hazel, and aloe. Which I saw fine and good. I know the post-shave is starting to mean more to fellas. And the community is starting to lean into this, we want skin food rather than alcohol splash type area. I think that's great. I'm fine with the alcohol splash. I'm fine with the skin food splash. I'm fine with the balm. I'm fine with everything in between. What I really care about the most is the damn fragrance. That's, to be honest, that's really what matters to me the most. Did I get a good shave? I have balms galore. This is a little sample of the Zingari Man balm. I have post-shave lotions, I have post-shave balms, I have the pure oil blends. I mean, I have moisturizing stuff, you know what I mean? Now, if you didn't have that in your den prior, you might be like, yeah, I don't want to buy an aftershave and then turn around and have to buy a balm. And I get that. But I'm speaking from my experience here. I have balms and lotions that I, get at the local grocery store in town. I have artisan balms and lotions. I'm good in that department. It's really not the end of the world if I get an alcohol splash. That's my 2 cents though. I smell great. The Boar whipped up a great lather. La Befana provided a slick and protective soap base. That's from Strike Gold Shave, made by Jennifer Marting, formerly of Maison Boutique. Now she has her own Marting soaps, sold through West Coast Shaving. So check both of them out, Strike Gold Shave and Marting soaps. Shout out to JB for putting me up on this badass little razor here. I mean, he didn't reach out, but his videos is what gave me the inspiration to hunt one down. It is a very attractive, very smooth shaver, and I really enjoyed it. I look forward to using it again soon. Alright, that's pretty much the recap. My Lancaster bowl. Always got a spot like this. Andre makes such badass products. I gotta make sure I spotlight it before the video's over. Alright, so that was my Monday. That was a great shave. Hopefully, you guys get a good shave too. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.